who is absolutely unavoidable in throughout Bhagavatam. In any chapter, any topic you take, somewhere he will be there. At least to communicate something, he will come. The demons and demigods will be fighting. Suddenly, he will go and tell the demons that so and so person is from your party has been killed. Or he will go to Hiranyakashipu and say something and come back. So that's why he's a transcendental messenger. You will go and tell Krishna that Krishna, something is happening. You have to do this. That's all just some of the activities. But frankly speaking, Narada Muni is the empowered incarnation of Krishna. That's there in the 3rd chapter of 1st canto. We will read that chapter to begin with today, to proceed with Narada Muni's thing. So throughout this journey with Narada Muni, we will go through all the various pastimes and all, wherever he is in and he is playing a major role, or he is playing a some vital role, whatever, small but vital role. And we will try to extract some message from there. Otherwise, it's all just some pastime discussion. It will not make much sense to us. So that is where this process will be. It's even more deeper than Ambarish Maharaj thing would say, because in Ambarish Maharaj you only discuss 2 chapters. Here there will be an entire chapter that Narada Muni will be giving instructions on, and there will be some chapters where he will be getting he will be getting instruction messages or lessons from others like Krishna, Brahma, etc. So he will be engaged in some conversations, and he will play a very, very important role in converting somebody into what do you call stone into gold, something like that, Chintamani basically. So he is the Acharya of all the paramparas. That is another important thing that our Bhagavatam says. Like for example, we have Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, etc. for each parampara, sampradaya acharyas, no? But he is above all. He is the source of all sampradaya paramparas. He is there in all paramparas. Wherever you take, whichever thing you take, he will be the common personality there, right? So that is one thing, and he is also directly empowered incarnation of Krishna. And how he was created also is by the deliberation of Brahma in Bhakti. That's also there in the 3rd canto somewhere. These are some of the small little things that which will give an important, I mean to say the significance of Narada Muni, the way he is playing roles. All the major pure devotees are his disciples, and he is the 3rd in the list of the Mahajanas, in the 12 Mahajanas. And you will see he will also play a very vital role in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita also. When the Gopakumar travels everywhere, that is another major, that's another interesting thing. And because he's a transcendental spaceman, he travels everywhere. And by his mercy, we get a peek into Kailash, we get a peek into Brahmaloka, we get a peek into Swargaloka, we get a peek into Hiranyakashipu's kingdom also. Everywhere he goes. And that's something which is very beautiful, because he doesn't discriminate between devotees, demons. He goes everywhere, but still he remains pure. We don't go anywhere and everywhere, but we are worried that we will be contaminated, but we are already contaminated. But Narada Muni is so pure that he is simply amazing character. So we have to learn from him, his teachings, as well as through his personal behavior, how he is teaching us. So sometimes you may have to go a few chapters and stories which are beyond Bhagavatam also, because there are many pastimes that are connected with the Narada Muni, but may not be in stories. Some stories I'm talking about, which are very beautiful, but they are not in the mainstream shastras, if you have to call it. Like say, for example, that Mrigari story, Narada Muni's interaction with Mrigari, then Narada Muni's interaction with Ratnakar, that is Valmiki's previous life, right? So that is another thing. And then there are many such pastimes which teach us loads and loads of lessons. And it also brings out some transcendental, amazing qualities of Narada Muni as a great devotee, Mahavishnava, Mahabhagavata. So those are the things which we'll have to focus as part of this discussion in this particular topic. That's my aim. So in that process, whoever has agreed to take up some particular sections of the Bhagavatam, you please list in that sheet with your details, and also meditate on them. Don't just stop with the thing. For example, you will see Narada Muni asking some question to Brahma in the second canto, and if you go through that thing, you will have more and more lessons coming out of that discussion. And you will see Narada Muni instructing Vyasadeva, and in that he will explain his own past life. The son of a maid servant. That has amazing passage. In fact, I would say just to cover this fifth and sixth chapter of first canto, it will take minimum 1 year for us. Minimum. If you do it every day, maybe we can do it in 6 months, maybe 4 months, maybe. I remember we did this 2 chapters in Rajkot. I was with my Guru Maharaj for 6 months, almost roughly 6 months in Rajkot with him. So at that time, every single day we will take one verse and we will be reading. And as we were reading through those verses, it took 6 months for us to actually cover the entire just those 2 chapters, 6-7 months. So I'm just sharing this, how much depth is there in this. Now beyond this, we have to go to second canto, third canto, then fourth canto, Dhruva Maharaj. Then in fifth canto, some prayers are there. Sixth canto, again, he comes in every single pastime. Vritrasura, then of course Chitraketu and Vritrasura, there he is there. In seventh canto, no need to ask also, Prahlad Maharaj. Eighth canto is there with Bali Maharaj and our some of the major pastimes is there. And then ninth canto also, where is he? Comes in some place in ninth canto also. In 10th canto, so many pastimes are there where Narada Muni will keep coming and going, coming and going. So those are also to be looked into. So I would like you to take up 2 things you can do. One is three. One is, whenever you are going through these chapters, take out very important shlokas which are very very like life lesson, basically, gives life lesson. Second thing is, you summarize that particular episode in 10, 12, in 1 or 2 paragraphs. And the third thing is, you list down the important qualities or characters that Narada Muni teaches, either through his personal example or through the verses that he is speaking. If we can do these 3 things for each of our sections, that is something which we can discuss through. That can probably reduce the time that we will spend on going deeper and deeper, because it will take more time to just do one sloka. Then this particular exercise means it's almost like virtually doing the entire Bhagavatam, frankly speaking. Narada Muni is there everywhere. There's not a single pastime where Narada Muni is not there. So these 3 things, remember these 3 things, and if we can do it, if in the section which you have taken or the canto which you have taken, if so much is not there, no problem. You can, if someone else will have more, there you can probably share. Like say what Prahlad Maharaj learned in the womb from Narada Muni. That's a whole chapter. So you have to see where in that you have to take out very, very, very important shlokas. If there are 30 shlokas are there, all will look important, and you have to filter it and get the juice even more concentrated and see which much of the important shlokas. And then list down the qualities, not from just these shlokas, but the all the qualities that Narada Muni expects us to cultivate in our devotional journey. And also he is showing by his personal example. For example, when Daksha curses Narada Muni, by his personal example, he shows how to tolerate. Correct? And when, say, for example, when he is advising Priyavrata, at that time, his spiritual master Brahma comes and overturns his instruction. At that time, how he works, I mean, how he takes it, right? Normally, when we are instructing something, somebody comes and overturns our decision, then we'll feel bad, we'll feel upset. But then how gracefully he is taking it forward, that is another thing. Like this, we will find transcendental qualities by his personal example. And he's also the Sampradaya Acharya, as I told you. So he's for all Sampradayas. So he's teaching universally lessons by his personal guidance. So those also we should list. I mean, no, his advice basically. I'm talking about. So, so that will also. One more thing is there that it will be like in the form of somebody will be asking some question, and he will be giving the answer. So we will, when we are writing down, we should not only write down the answer, we should write down the question also. Because without knowing the question, if you are just simply writing the answer, that's not going to be of so much help, right? So when we know this answer as a part of the response to a question, then it will register in our mind much better, and it will be more easy to practice also. So any points or things that devotees would like to share before we proceed? These are some of the things which came to my mind, but I would like to hear from you too. Like there's something which you feel should be added or.
Prabhuji, that whatever we are doing, that extract should be saved separately. Otherwise, like that, now that candidate 2 is missing. In that case, again, if suppose that data is missing, then that person has to do
No,
again and again.
no, what I'm suggesting now, Prabhu. What I'm suggesting is those who agree to take up some local responsibility, no, for your email IDs alone, I will give edit access. For all others, I will give only view access. So if anybody else is teaming with you, for example, Suresh Prabhu, you have taken what, seventh canto or sixth canto? Fifth canto, right? So in the fifth canto, you will be the one who will update. And if someone else wants to, combine with you, they will send their thing to you and you update it. Or between the two of you, you discuss and decide.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
So I know the list of people now who are there. Their email IDs alone, if you can send me personally, I will give specifically to that only edit access. I think that's the best way to do this. Antarayam Prabhu's thing also will be fulfilled by that way.
Ninth Prabhu, yeah, 9 canto, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Chitra Mataji? Mataji, you are speaking, you are on mute, looks like. Somehow you are on mute, we are not able to hear you. You are unmuted, but we are not able to hear your voice. You are unmuted, but you are not able to hear your voice. Is it because of some problem with the mic? Can you take out that headphone and speak normally, Mataji? Or remove that headphone and speak? No, but she's unmuted in the system. Are you connected on the phone, Mataji? Last week, how did you manage to fix it? I don't know how Mataji was able to fix it last week. Headphone problem, no? Something.
She has to log out and log in.
Maybe Mataji can log out and log in and see if it works.
Prabhuji, one more thing I want
yes,
to know,
yes,
that apart from Bhagavatam, where else the detailed information about Narada Muni exclusively is there?
Chaitanya Charitamrita, obviously it will be there. Like for example, the Mridari pastime that I talked about.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Now clear, Mataji. What did you do, Mataji?
Okay. I just logged out.
See, it's a magical trick for all IT people. Just reboot, log out. We don't know how it works.
Prabhuji, I was saying that I have taken Canto 2, but I am still not able to start anything on that. So if anybody would like to, take up that along with me, that will also, because now that next week I'll be also going to Jagannath Puri, so I won't have time. So if somebody.
No, anyway, to check. By the time we come to second canto, you will be back from Jagannath Puri, don't worry. So
probably another Jagannath Puri Yatra will start.
Anyway, so but did you delete it, Mataji, by any chance?
No, actually, I have not. Somebody has, looks like it is deleted. Now that I have opened the sheet.
Must be with that anonymous
like
thing, I will remove them and I will give access only to all of you. So anyway, that's not a worry. You'll manage it. You can take the previous versions from the Google Drive. That's easy.
Yes.
Okay. So fine then. Let's proceed with the first. We should start off with understanding Narada Muni's background, right? So we may be going crisscross. Sometimes we may go from one place to another. We may not be like covering all of this one thing only and then only go there. So there'll be some of these things that will be overlapping. If you have to talk about the previous life of Narada Muni. But for now, to begin with, let's take 138. Because this verse is directly this chapter is Krishna is the source of all incarnations, and you will see that after Kumaras and this of course the Purusha incarnation followed by Kumaras, then followed by Kurma avatar, Varaha avatar. After that, directly Narada Muni is coming into play. Such a beautiful verse it is. Anybody would like to recite this shloka?
Yes, Prabhu, I can.
Please go ahead, Prabhuji.
तृतीय मृषि सर्ग वै देवर्षित्व मुपेत्य सह तंत्रम सात्वतमाचष्ट नैष्कर्म्यं कर्मणां यतः.
Very nice. Tantram means the exposition of the Vedas. So let's read the translation, Prabhu.
Yeah. In the millennium of the rishis, the personality of Godhead accepted the third empowered incarnation in the form of Devarshi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. He collected expositions of the Vedas which deal with devotional service and which inspire non-fruitive actions.
Like karmyam karmanam. See, this is the beauty. Actually, Narada Muni is the personification of devotional service. That is why, Kumaras are the personification of knowledge. Narada Rishi personification of detachment. And Narada Muni is personification of pure bhakti. That's why wherever he goes, pure bhakti follows. Shuddha bhakti is the what is that? That Narada Pancharatra, and everywhere you will see what is that? Tat Paratmen Nilpanam. Anukules Krishna Nusilanam Bhakti Ruttama.
Anukulas Sankalpa
An-
Pratikulasya.
No, no, not that one.
Anyabilashita.
Anya
So,
Bilashita.
Anyabilashita.
Yeah, that is from, where is it from? Anya Bilashita. Is it Nectar of Devotion or Narada Pancharatra?
Nectar of devotion.
Nectar of Devotion, correct? So that is personifying Narada Muni actually. Anya Abhilashita.
Sindhu Prabhu.
Sorry, Mataji?
111. Bhakti Ras. It is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1111.
1111. See, all ones. 1111. Very easy to remember. Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Jnana Karmadi Anavrutam. Anukulyana Krishna Anusilanam Bhakti Ruttamam. Krishna, sorry, Narada Muni personifies this Bhakti. And that is why wherever Krishna goes, Narada Muni will follow. Some pastime will be there. He'll be in Dwarka, Narada Muni will visit him in Dwarka, and some pastime will be there. Krishna will be in Hastinapur, Narada Muni will come there again, or he'll be in Indraprastha, again Narada Muni will come there, again some more pastime will be there. Right? Or Narada Muni will go to Vaikuntha and he will do some pastime there. Right? He will also be the initiator of some pastimes, basically. He will play the most important note. He will put to create the to enhance the sweetness of that whole pastime. And like this, many roles that he plays. While that is very entertaining to some extent, but he is very deep in his devotion. Very deep in his devotion. That's because he is Krishna's empowered incarnation. And the third empowered incarnation is Narada Muni, right? So he's a Devarishi, we call him, but he is also the guru for so many exalted disciples. Any devotee you take in Bhagavatam, they will have either some touch of Narada Muni or they will be a Shishya. This is Shishya. So let's read the purport.
The great Rishi Narada. Is it okay, sir? The great Rishi Narada, who is an empowered incarnation of the personality of Godhead, propagates devotional service all over the universe. All great devotees of the Lord all over the universe and in different planets and species of the life are his disciples.
Not only human forms, different plants, different species of life are his disciples. He will go and give advice to some snake also. You know the story of Narada Muni giving advice to snake.
Yes.
That's why Prabhupada is using this word, all species of life also.
Yeah.
Means he must be knowing the snake's pasha also, no? Snake's
Yes.
language also, or snake might be big, who knows? Okay, let's go further.
Srila Vyasadeva, the compiler of the Srimad Bhagavatam, is also one of his disciples.
And who is Srila Vyasadeva? Is directly Krishna himself. Right? He is literary incarnation of Krishna. Compiler of Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's where Narada Muni is the source for Bhagavatam, frankly speaking. Because he was the one who instigated or encouraged Vyasadeva to write on Srimad Bhagavatam, and he he gave all the entire thing, he put it in synopsis. That's why 5th and 6th chapter, if you read, that those 2 chapters is the synopsis of the entire Bhagavatam. So these 2 chapters means you are reading Srimad Bhagavatam in a concise form. The entire Bhagavatam is condensed as an essence in these 2 chapters. So we have to really, anytime I sit with my Guru Maharaj, these 2, by default, he will take, come on, let's recite 5th and 6th chapter. And then he'll recite all the verses and the translations, and then one particular word somewhere you take, and we'll go for hours together reading that one sloka. Even normal days. I'm not talking about the 6 months dedicated to those 2 chapters. But beyond that also, we would just spend time again and again, only for relish those 2 chapters. Such an amazing 2 chapters there, and I hope and pray that we all will be able to relish it somehow, sometime. I think the only way we can do it to a certain extent of justifiable satisfaction is by converting our Bhagavad Vicharas into a daily session. Otherwise, it is not possible. Once, twice a week is not at all enough for relishing those chapters. You will find it yourself as we go along. But of course, we may not be able to. I don't know. I'm still at loss of thoughts to see whether we should do it verse by verse, or should we just maybe take a few verses together and do an essence. Maybe we will see what Krishna wants to do. That maybe we will work something. So we will read further. Sorry, Suresh Prabhu, you are going to say something, or you want to read the purport?
That is, I suggest that half an hour a day, that will make Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. And will
in half an hour we cannot even read one word of the verse. Krishna, my Guru Maharaj used to take one sloka, and for 4 hours he will just be speaking on only one word in that verse. See, in this, for example, Tritiyam Rishi Sargam, that Rishi Sargam, he will take 4 hours and he will speak for that one. I don't know how we can't match that, but I'm just saying so much is inside there. So let's read anyway. We will see. Bhagavatam is like that. Our mind, it's mind-boggling really. And then we will just be thinking how we are going to do, But the idea is that as you just keep doing in whatever pace it is, don't worry about I have to finish. Then you will really enjoy the taste. If you are taking full meal and you are told by someone, Prabhu, 2 o'clock we have to leave, come on, fresh up quickly, then you will not enjoy the meal. No? So you just tell him, cancel the appointment. I want to relish now. I want to enjoy now. And like Prabhupada, when then the atom bombs were falling in Calcutta due to that war was happening now. So he was eating kachori, and his friends were telling, hey, bomb is falling, come on, leave the place, you have to leave. He said, I'm doing very important service, I'm eating kachori, now you don't disturb me. If you get out and go also, who knows that bomb will not fall on you? Where will you go? Wherever you go, bomb will fall. Are they telling that I am putting bomb only here? The bomb can fall anywhere. So if I run with you, I may die. But the problem is I will lose my the thing of tasting kachori now. At least you are taking kachori and die. That is okay. Right? You're taking prasadam, you will not stop. Anytime any important thing comes, you see that Prabhupada will not stop and is taking prasadam. So we will also consider this as our full meal course. It's not like a 6 weeks course or a 10 weeks course. It's a full meal course. You'll enjoy this thing. So let's continue reading, Prabhu.
Narada is the author of Narada Pancharatra, which is the exposition of Vedas, particularly for the devotional service of the Lord. This Narada Pancharatra trains the karmis or the fruitive workers to achieve liberation from the bondage of fruitive work. The conditioned souls are mostly attracted by fruitive work because they want to enjoy life by the sweat of their own brows.
Sweat of their own.
The whole universe is full of fruitive workers in all species of life. The fruitive works include all kinds of economic development plans, but the law of the nature provides that every action has its resultant reaction, and the performer of the work is bound by such reactions. In material prosperity, whereas the reaction of bad work is comparative material distress. But the material conditions, either in so-called happiness or in so-called distress, are all meant ultimately for distress only. Foolish materialists have no information of how to obtain eternal happiness in the unconditional state. Sri Narada informs these foolish fruitive workers how to realize the reality of happiness. He gives the direction to the deceased men in the world how one's present engagement can lead one to the path of spiritual emancipation. The physician. The physician directs the patients to take treated milk in the form of curd for his sufferings from indigestion due to his taking another milk preparation. So the cause of the disease and the remedy of the disease may be the same, but it must be treated by the expert physician like Narada. The Bhagavad Gita also gives the same solution of serving the Lord by the fruits of the one's labor that will lead one to path of Naishkarmya or liberation. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So this short purport is so beautifully Prabhupada has given an essence or a peek into the fifth and sixth chapter. That's the chapter where Narada Muni will giving some specific instructions on how to perform your duty, and in that process do pure devotional service, become a pure devotee. No, that's an amazing thing about Narada Muni. An Acharya is not someone who is just gives whatever he feels like and then tells you have to follow this. He understands and appreciates the level of the disciple or the seeker, and then according to their capacity he gives the instruction, like we saw in Dhruva Maharaj's case also, right? He gave an instruction which will suit him, and similarly for Chitraketu he gave a different kind of instruction, he suited him. To Vyasadeva he gives one instruction that suited him, right? So that is why I will just share this interesting thing. Just give me an important thing about Acharya is so nicely pointed out. Unquote. I'm trying to do a search. Okay. It's come. Identity. Yeah. Where did I? Yeah. Prabhupada is actually no, sorry. Somebody has written about Prabhupada's greatness, through these words about acharyas, and that's really amazing. I just we have to appreciate how important their mercy is. It is a very nice quote. Aggression against illusion is the highest service to humanity. It is the dignity of the soul that has got to be established by bringing dignity to all souls, and should try to do this with all the humility at our command. The Acharya is not frozen in time, This is a very important point to understand. The Acharya is not frozen in time. Is not like, in my case, it is like this. That's how it should be everywhere all the time. He is melted in love of Krishna and flows without restriction to anyone and everyone who shows even the slightest interest in pure devotion. I will read this line again. He has melted in love of Krishna and flows without restriction to anyone and everyone who shows even the slightest interest in pure devotion. In other words, like a river, it doesn't discriminate. And in this quote is highlighted about Srila Prabhupada, and it applies to Narada Muni and all acharyas in our sampradaya. This was the work of his divine grace. He left a legacy of love and not law for any and all of his immediate followers to embrace and continue. He gave it to all and looked for one who can actually understand his message. He was not expecting this thing. No, it's very difficult, but for everyone to follow. But then he just wanted somebody, one person to say. What I will do, I'll share this in the quote in the chat. Somebody would want to post it in the group. They can post it. It's in the Grantaraj also. It's there. I'll just share this quote in the chat. Somebody can read it again. So that's the same thing with Narada Muni too. He was flowing according to the needs. Where that's important. That's possible because he knew the heart of Krishna. That is the most important thing. As pure devotees, they knew the heart of Krishna. They knew what Krishna wanted, what he desired, and acted accordingly, according to the time and place. So that is very important. So this is like a starting point. This particular verse is like a starting point which says the actual constitutional position of Narada Muni. While he appears as a devotee or an acharya in many places, he is an empowered incarnation of Krishna himself. So we can't take him lightly. That's the point. There are many places where he is shown as a joker. He's shown as some kind of a comedy person, whatever, that's not at all. That's a great offense to the acharya. Anyway, that's all the dull-headed people can do. But let's move to chapter 4, because these are all connected now, right? From here on, 4, 5, and 6, these are connected. Yes, Gaurav Prabhu, you raised your hand.
So, Prabhuji, you were just saying about Srila Prabhupada as we are discussing about Narada Muni. One small point I want to highlight. If you come to NVCC, you must have observed, Prabhuji. So there is this Prabhupada altar, and just above the Prabhupada altar, there is this Narada Muni's 3D painting is there. The 12 margins are there in the temple. So
Yeah.
Just above Prabhupada altar, if you see Srila Narada Muni is there. So
interesting,
I was trying to kind of correlate between the two. I mean, just now you were trying that as it is defined for the acharya. I mean, for every time and place he kinds of adjusts. So similarly, like it is like in the parampara only Srila Prabhupada that he is following in the footsteps of Srila Narada Muni.
Nice point, Prabhu.
Yes,
actually, many places actually Prabhupada likens himself to Narada Muni. Like he is traveling around, no? Traveling preacher, no? So Narada Muni is such a great inspiration because you don't see so many traveling preachers actually.
Yes.
Even in our society also you will see many of them are traveling, but not someone who is traveling without any place, without any destination, without any, like we have all plans laid out, from here I will go there, from here I will go there. But Narada Muni is like a because he doesn't have to purchase any ticket. He doesn't have to purchase any visa or get any visa. He himself is the pilot. He himself is the passenger. He himself is the attendants, whatever you want. Right?
And, yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
There is this nice pastime also, Prabhu, when Srila Prabhupada was giving a lecture in Conway Hall in London. So then he said, please keep this front chair vacant. And then later on he said Narada Muni had come there.
Yeah. And in Soho Street Temple, Radha Landaneshwara, even now there is one empty throne, asan is kept in the altar.
Okay.
Just below Landaneshwara, you know. So that is because Prabhupada said that in the temple also when he was giving class, he said, you know, Narada Muni had come, so they kept it for Narada Muni to sit there. So that's very true. Because Prabhupada could see Narada Muni, Vyasadeva and all of them anywhere, you see. So very beautiful point. Thank you, Prabhu. So now we are coming to chapter 4. Now this chapter 4 is something very interesting because it lays the, how should I say, precursor, if you have to call it, for Narad Muni's advice to Vyasadeva for the next 2 chapters. Because Vyasadeva, I will just give a brief before we come to the verse number 31, you should come to. That's where actually Vyasadeva starts thinking about a problem. And maybe you can just keep the in advanced view. You may have to go up and down. This thing, you know, if you are in advanced view, it will be easier. You don't have to do next every time. Yeah. Okay. So what happens? This is a very beautiful piece of thing to start off with. Vyasadeva has started to meditate on, and he has actually not meditated on writing Bhagavatam yet. But what is meditating on is he has until that point he has written the 4 Vedas, the 17 the Puranas, and then the Mahabharata, Vedanta Sutra, everything he has written, but still he is feeling dissatisfied at heart. He is not feeling content. He has done all these things with lot of austerities, with a well-wishing attitude, with full care and affection for all the future generations to come. In spite of that, he did not feel happy. He did not feel satisfied upon this service. That's a important thing we should note. Even the best of services we may do, but if it is not satisfying Krishna, it's of no use. That's the essence he is trying to prove. So you one may ask, Vyasadeva is Krishna himself. How can he feel dissatisfied at heart? Right? But Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He also felt dissatisfied at heart without taking darshan of Jagannath, right? Without association of devotees, without discussing Krishna Katha. Why would he do? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna combined. But that is how he is showing by his personal example. If Krishna himself is showing a personal example, then Acharyas also will do the same. Right? So here, as Vedavyas, Krishna is appearing. Vedavyas is literally incarnation of Krishna. But when Vyasadeva is dissatisfied, then he wants to show by his own personal example that without glorifying Krishna, without engaging our time in glorifying Krishna, whatever we are doing our activities, everything should be for Krishna's glorification. If we don't do that, then we will be dissatisfied at heart. That's the whole point. We will be completely dissatisfied even after trying how much ever we want. And to prove that, he is exhibiting this pastime. So now Vyasadeva wrote everything and still he is feeling dissatisfied. But one thing Vyasadeva did beautifully is that instead of looking at all other places and people for blaming, to blame game, blame game for the situation, he is introspecting, he is reflecting upon himself. This is the lesson that Krishna is teaching through as Vyasadeva. That any time you are feeling dissatisfied, any time you are feeling discontent, first and foremost thing that should happen is do a self-reflection. What is wrong on my side? How better I could have handled the situation? What else I could have done? This is how we should reflect. So this is something which we know, understand or learn from Vyasadeva. But the second important thing that Vyasadeva does is he himself is finding out and he is showing the symptom of what a person will do when he does self-reflection. Because when we do self-reflection, our own anarthas will come out, or our own mistakes will be revealed to us. Kripa bhai tab janiye jab dikhe apna dosh. When our own dosh comes out, that's when actually Krishna Kripa is there. So at that time is this verse 31, you know. Can somebody recite this verse?
I'll recite, Prabhuji.
Yes.
किं वा भागवता धर्मा न प्रायेण निरूपिता प्रिया परमहंसानां त एव है अच्युत
Achyuta
प्रियः.
Please read the translation, Prabhu.
This may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to the perfect beings and to the infallible Lord.
This is out of his self-reflection, Paramatma is revealing this from his heart, that this is the mistake. And then he is reflecting it upon himself. This may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord in all these scriptures. I've just done here and there, but I've not made a exclusive scripture glorifying devotional service and devotees. That I have not done. Right? Which is dear both to the perfect beings and to the infallible God. Now, many times we say that he was not satisfied because he did not describe about Krishna, or he was not acting, he was not pleasing Krishna. He did not do something to please Krishna, right? Pleasing Krishna is not by glorifying Krishna alone. Actually, pleasing Krishna is by glorifying devotional service. Krishna is more pleased when we glorify his devotees and devotional service than glorify himself. You understood the point? But in the process of doing the devotional service, glorifying the devotional service and glorifying the devotees, we invariably end up glorifying Krishna also, because devotional service is nothing but glorification of Krishna. You see how it works? Krishna is not saying, hey, you should glorify me, you should glorify my beauty, you should glorify my qualities. No, Krishna never says that way. Krishna says you glorify devotional service. Yes, Suresh Prabhuji.
Actually, Lord is incarnation. Vasudeva is incarnation of the Lord, isn't it, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
But he is also Namo Lalaya. That is also not a person who doesn't do the mistake also.
Yes.
So here then why he did that mistake, I will say. I'm just asking.
No, it's not a mistake. Whatever he did is not a mistake. It's if it's a mistake, it is not a pastime. It's a pastime. What he did is a pastime, not a mistake. But in the pastime, it comes out like a mistake. You understand what I'm saying? Krishna is exhibiting this as a pastime. So when in a pastime he is deliberately doing it as Vyasadeva. So he is showing the despondency also. In order for us to understand that without glorifying devotional service and devotees, if I am writing so many things, still I myself not be happy. So that is why later in the fifth chapter, when it comes, that time our Prabhupada writes beautifully that when the author himself is not satisfied, how the readers will be satisfied. When the speaker is not satisfied, how the audience will be satisfied. So that is the most important thing. Whatever we are doing, we should enjoy ourselves first. If we are discussing Bhagavatam, we should enjoy what we are doing. Otherwise, it will stop after some time. That's the important message we learn from this. Because Krishna is so merciful, Prabhu. Krishna is so dayalu that he expresses the despondency himself as Vyasadeva to show that if I am feeling despondency without glorifying devotional service, how much more despondent you will be. right? That is his message, basically. Does that help, Prabhu?
It is, yes, it is a lesson for the people who are writing blah blah except Krishna.
Yeah, blah blah express. Very nice, Prabhu. So now after the shloka comes the next one. Now after he starts thinking, Vyasadeva starts thinking, next what happens?
Narad Muni comes.
Yes. This has another important import here. So let's read this. Is it the translation only?
As mentioned before, Narada reached the cottage of Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa on the banks of the Saraswati, just as Vyasadeva was regretting his defects.
Yeah, so this is very, very important because Narada Muni is the guru for Vyasadeva. Correct? How can devotee be guru for Krishna himself? That is how Krishna is. If he wants, he can take anybody as his guru. Right? In other words, Narada Muni is also empowered incarnation of Krishna. So Vyasadeva is also an incarnation of Krishna. So one incarnation becoming guru to another is not a big deal. And as it is, he can take devotee also as his guru. Krishna took Sandipani Muni as his guru. He is a devotee. Right? So there is nothing. Why? Because he is not affected by all this ego, false ego and all. So he doesn't feel any insult or disrespect because of this. I mean, lowering his position or whatever by taking lessons from someone lower to him. I mean, lower in the sense how we think as lower, not that Krishna is saying, but that way. So no. As soon as we think of our own defects, the Paramatma gives the message and then he appears in front of us in the form of a guru to reinforce that statement of what we have felt in our heart. That is why it is very important to express ourselves to the guru whenever possible, from the heart, not hide something inside or speak something else differently, or only speak about that which is convenient for me, or have some presupposition that this is what I want and talk to the guru or the senior Vaishnava in such way. It doesn't work. Frankness is a very, very important quality of a Vaishnava that Krishna appreciates. So here Narada Muni is coming because wholeheartedly Vyasadeva repented. And now he is going to speak. Okay, we become eligible to we become eligible to hear the voice of the Paramatma in the form of a guru when we seriously introspect. If the introspection is there, then we become eligible to speak and hear in the guru. Okay, so the next verse can read the translation for 33.
Prabhuji,
Yes,
just one question in this verse. What is this? What is the meaning of Daivapayan? Payana Vyasdev, Krishna Daivapayan.
Dvaipayana Vyasa means Dvipa. We say Dvip, no? Navadvip, we say, no? Dvip means island. Okay, so he was born in an island. That's why he is called Dvaipayana Vyasa.
Okay.
He is called Veda Vyasa because he was, he compiled the Vedas. He had many different names actually. Because Krishna himself is appearing as Vyasadeva, so it's called Krishna Dvaipayana. Just like we have Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna appears as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like that. So he is actually regretting his defects. It's not simply enough to identify the defects, you should regret also. That's a very important thing. As a aspiring bhakta, we have to regret our defects. Here, Vyasadeva is regretting his defect. First, he identified the defect, then he regretted his defect. Then we have to correct it. Identification, regretting, and correcting. IRC, okay. Identifying.
There is a possibility of going into inferiority complex during such.
That is called remorse, Prabhu. There is two things. One is repentance, another is remorse. Remorse means as you said, feeling inferior or feeling discouraged, keeping on thinking about it, feeling saddened by what we did, but without Krishna there, without Krishna in that sadness. When you have Krishna along with your repentance, that will take us forward. That regret will take us up. Is remorse means I am thinking about myself. Oh, I did this. What will happen to my status? What will happen to my respect? People will insult me. People will tease me. These kind of thoughts only will come around me. Then that means I don't have Krishna there. I only have myself as the center of existing there. You see? How can I do? I have such a prestige. I had such respect and some status in this world, in this society. All these things will be gone. This is the remorse thing that you said about that inferiority complex. There, we will not go forward in rectifying our defects.
Thank you.
That's why it's called identification, regretting, and rectification or correction. Okay. So this is important thing. And the next one, last verse, did we read this? Okay, we can read the translation only.
Can I, Prabhuji?
Yes, go ahead, go ahead. Yes, Mataji, you read the translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. At the auspicious arrival of Sri Narada, Sri Vyasadeva got up respectfully and worshipped him, giving him veneration equal to that given to Brahmaji, the creator.
So great, like Brahma comes means how much you will worship, the same respect is given to Narada Muni also. Both of them are Mahajanas. Please read the purport.
Purport. Vidhi means Brahma, the first created living being. He is original student as well as professor of the Vedas. He learned it from Sri Krishna and taught Narada first. So Narada is the second Acharya in the line of spiritual disciplic succession. He is the representative of Brahma and therefore he is respected exactly like Brahma, the father of all vidhis, regulations. Similarly, all other successive disciples in the chain are also equally respected as representatives of the original spiritual master.
Always they are all representatives of the original spiritual master. So we are not giving little low respect because he is disciple of another spiritual master. They are equally given respect as much as the same respect we give for Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, we give to Bhakti Abhay Charan and Bhakti Swami Prabhupada also. And that same respect we give to Prabhupada, we should give to our Guru Maharaj also. That is the important thing. Now we'll stop here. Any questions, any comments before we go forward? Anu Prabhu, yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, like we know the Lord is having all the potencies. Like we always refer like Vedas in all the time. Like even though other people, maybe they hardly people they know about Bhagavatam Gita. So much reference and so much value has been given on the Vedas. So if while we know Vedas only just segregating everything into 4 Vedas and whatever the information available, but as he was regretting now, so there can be no chance like a Lord has gone back or he is a Trikaldarshi and he knows like what should be avoided and he can rewritten or to do a complete justification so that anybody who is referring Vedas, they can also glorify the Krishna directly, not indirectly. Like in the Vedas, it's all the references given in this indirect way. But as in the Bhagavatam, which is in very, very clear and direct way, he wouldn't have gone back and re-rectified everything.
No, he doesn't re-rectify. He doesn't rectify what has been already written.
Yeah.
He left it there as it is. If it is not, if it is rectified, then how will you understand the greatness of Bhagavatam?
Bhagavatam.
See, the Lord himself is showing in another something. I won't say it is inferior. It is like this, Prabhu. There is no difference between Vedas and Bhagavatam as such, or Vedanta Sutra and Bhagavatam as such. It's only the way we are perceiving it. Like say, for example, a mango tree is there.
Yes.
Right? The root, branch, the stem, the trunk, the leaves, the flowers, the mango, the kacha mango, and then the ripened mango. Right?
Yes.
The same rasa of the mango is going through every single part of the mango tree.
Okay. Yes.
But you only taste the ripe mango fruit.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
You don't take the stem or branch or leaves and eat it.
Yes, sir. If it is not.
But if the rasa is not gone through the trunk and the stems and the leaves, the fruit would not have gotten the taste. It's not getting it from somewhere else. It's through this place where the rasa is going up.
Yes, sir.
But it is not in a edible form to us only.
Yes. Yeah.
You see, the same from the mango tree, a giraffe or a monkey will eat the leaves.
Yeah, they will.
They are able to relish that taste.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
We can taste only the mango fruit. Does it mean that the other things don't have the thing? Only thing is that there are many in our human this thing also. There are many people who are like they relish Vedas so much. They see Krishna in the Vedas also.
Oh, okay.
But it is because of our Kali Yuga, our intelligence is going down, is degrading. There is no option but to give the most edible, most relishable form, most tasty form. Only then we will eat. We will take it.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Actually speaking, in a hidden way, all through Vedas, it's only Krishna is present, nothing else is there. There is one shloka also. I don't know where exactly it is, but in all over, there's only Krishna is seen, nothing else is seen.
Yeah.
If it is actually for us to train our eyes and our intelligence to see Krishna everywhere, then we will be able to see in Vedas also.
Yeah, but
you got the point?
Yes, Vaji.
That is how we should train ourselves. Doesn't mean that he had explained everything in a hidden way. In a parokshvada way, parokshvada risheha paroksham mamacha priyam, Krishna says. In 11th canto, in one of the shlokas in Bhagavatam, he says this. Parokshvada risheha means rishi is paroksha means hidden, indirectly. So all through the Vedas, the rishis and all the sages like Vyasadeva and all, they explained in a hidden way. And because I like hiding, Krishna likes to play hide and seek.
Yeah. But the people will get wrong message, or the people will interpretations, they may be wrong.
That is what he wrote in a hidden way. Krishna may like to play hide and seek, but when people don't understand, then how will you bring the people to him?
Yeah.
On one side, Krishna likes to play hide and seek, but on the other side, he also wants to bring all the fallen or the suffering souls back to him.
Yes, one.
Which desire will you fulfill? You have to fulfill both.
Yeah.
So to fulfill the hide and seek game, he wrote the Vedas. To fulfill the desire of bringing everybody towards him, he wrote Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata. Yeah.
Because people will always refer Vedas, they will not refer no Bhagavatam, no Gita, nothing. They will always, because some sector, some kind of people.
Yeah, they are there. Yeah, they only focus on those they call Chaturvedi, Trivedi, or whatever.
Yes,
They are from the profession I'm talking about, not on the surnames, but I'm telling about the professions.
Yeah.
So they tend to do that because that is in the tradition, which is respected, very much respected. So, but at the same time, if when common people cannot understand, how will you bring them to Krishna consciousness? How will you bring them to devotional service? That is where Bhagavatam plays a very, very, very vital role. And Narada Muni helps in such, helps us with such beautiful teachings. He's saying this is all Vedas only, at the end of the day. Yasvanubhavam Akila Iti Saram Ekam. Sorry?
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
I
Mataji.
just wanted to add to this discussion. Can I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Who is this?
Abhilasha, Prabhuji.
Ah, you are there in our Adhyatma Deepam.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, go ahead, Mataji.
Prabhuji, what I have read and understood, Prabhuji, I'll just say a few points.
Please.
Prabhuji, Vedas they don't contain only pure devotional service. They are mixed. Actually, there are people with so many different desires. Someone wants a bright sun, and someone wants something. So Vedas they contain it is resources for to fulfill everyone's desire. Whoever wants whatever, but still they will be following some religion. So they will be gradually upgraded to the level of pure devotion, and once one is elevated to the level of pure devotion, he will not like anything other than Bhagavatam, and which only contains the pastimes, the pure loving exchanges between Krishna and his devotees. So that Bhagavatam is the highest, and Vedas, once we elevate ourselves to the level of Bhagavatam, then in Vedas also we can see Krishna, because ultimately Krishna is present everywhere. Without his presence, means even our material desires cannot get fulfilled.
Correct.
But that is contaminated. That is not as pure as Bhagavatam.
Because in Bhagavatam, it's only about devotional service that is mentioned, which means anything that is to please Krishna, I will do. That's the thing. In Vedas, you have the three sections: Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, and Upasana Kanda. And it's about this, in Mahabharata, it's about Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. You go in a gradual thing. But those who are devotees will also appreciate Krishna and our acharyas in giving the step-by-step thing for those who cannot take to devotion directly also. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
So from our point of view, that may not be as relishable as Bhagavatam, but you also appreciate the purpose for which it came. It is in existence. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That way we appreciate it also, because for ultimately for devotee, if you are in the highest form of devotion, you will not discriminate between Bhagavatam and Vedas also. You will see
we will not
everything
discriminate, but we have limited time, so we will want to read Bhagavatam only. We will not want to engage with.
No, that's what you are right. We will not be personally engaged in reading anything, all the other scriptures, because that will, as you said, time is limited, right? But we will not despise our Shastras. Bhagavatam itself, there is a sloka, I will quote it in the group offline. Actually, very specifically, it is written that we should not condemn or hate any religion or religious scriptures. Other religious scriptures. That is also not.
We have to respect.
Even other religions, other religious scriptures, we are not supposed to condemn. What to speak of our own Sanatana scriptures, right?
Yes, very true.
But this is where we need to play a very balanced role. Like while Yasvanubhavam Akila Shruti Saram Ekam Adhyatma Deepam Atiti Tirshatam Samodam Sansarinam Karunayaha Purana Bhujam. Is Shruti Saram. The essence of all our Shruti is what is Ekam in Bhagavatam. That is it's a single Shastra. That is the essence of all the other scriptural injunctions, all the scriptures that we have. That's why we should treat it as, if you read Bhagavatam, it's as good as reading all of the Shastras.
Yes.
Now, why are you not reading Vedas? If somebody asks you, excuse me, two things. One is, if I read Bhagavatam, it's as good as reading all the other Shastras. So I don't have to separately read others also. But if something is there which will be useful for me to glorify Krishna, I will be happy to take that also. There is nothing wrong. Okay.
Yes.
Suppose Tulsi is saying some slokas, or Nasi Mehta is telling some sloka, some bhajan or something, you quote. Tukaram's Abhanga, you quote. Why you do that? Because you see that as a non-different from Bhagavatam. So what exactly we will do when we get to that point of appreciating Bhagavatam at its highest form is that you will see Bhagavatam everywhere. You will see Krishna everywhere. You get me?
Yes.
So you will that way you will not differentiate between all these things. When they ask you, why are you not reading Vedas, then they'll say, sorry, if I have the time, I'll be able to do it. But relishing Bhagavatam itself, I don't have the time. One sloka we are not able to read in 1.5 to 2 hours. What are you speaking of so much? So that's the only
Yes,
reason we are
that's
not
the
doing.
reality.
Otherwise,
Yes,
there is no other reason. Please excuse us. Like our Madhavendra Puri told us, 3 sandhyas, all the samskaras, and for everything else, reading the shastras and doing so many things, pujas, upasanas, everything, my vidhis. Please, my humble obeisance to all of you. I am so much absorbed in serving Krishna that I'm not able to do service to you all. So please forgive me. I'm not able to do like that. You just say Hare Krishna to all. Then that is why if you see, Mataji, in the 10th canto, it's fully Krishna's pastime. Okay. But one of the longest and the most complicated chapter is prayers by the personified Vedas. Shruti
which
Gita.
chapter?
It's 87th
Okay.
chapter, I think.
In 10th
10th canto, 87th chapter, if you read 87th
87.
or 87 or 87, I think. It is called,
87.
it is Shruti Gita, it is called. All the Vedas, they come and the personified Vedas, each Veda is person, is a person. So they come and pray to Krishna that please, we offer our humble prayers to you, please accept these prayers. So they are also, in one way, they are also devotees only, they are praying to Krishna.
Yes,
They are
and
they're very nice, they are.
if we'll
So,
get some more time, we will read Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is still
yes,
higher.
this is still higher. You know why Chaitanya Charitamrita is still higher?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Why?
Giving highest, it's PhD, na Prabhuji. It's giving pure love
No.
of.
PhD is all superficial. Tell me why it is higher than everything else.
Because to come to the level of Bhagavatam, what is told in Bhagavatam, to realize that if we read Chaitanya Charitamrita, we get to a realization stage of what is pure love between Krishna and Brajvasis.
In other way, it's glorifying the Bhagavatam project because Chaitanya Charitamrita with so many verses, they're also glorifying Bhagavatam and leading the life what the devotee think.
Yeah, please
Lord
understand this.
Chaitanya
Many times,
has given it freely.
No, yeah, Bhagavatam is also Krishna given it freely only. Hey, no, nobody has charged for Bhagavatam.
But
No.
Mahaprabhu is more merciful than Krishna.
No. These are our more merciful, less merciful, and all our material comparison. So that way we affect our it's not a correct understanding. The reason Anu Prabhu touched upon it a little bit. We have to understand it clearly. That's when we will appreciate both of them together. What happens is Bhagavatam has 18,000 slokas, right? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, each and every pastime you will see, many times you will see within 3 to 4 verses they will quote a Bhagavatam sloka. Or within a chapter there will be some one sloka will be repeated. There is one chapter entirely dedicated only for one verse. Who knows that verse? There's only one chapter, the longest chapter in the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita, that is devoted to one particular sloka of Bhagavatam. Atmarama verse. Correct?
Yes.
So what it means is, suppose you have like they say, this Bhaktivinoda Thakur said this example, no? That suppose your house is flooded and then all your paraphernalia are destroyed. Then you will be trying to safeguard those that is very important. So in that process, you will let anything else go, but you safeguard all the scriptural books. But even the books are also being destroyed when the water is going up. Then you take these 3 books with you. They say that example. Have you heard it? Let's say Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, and go to the rooftop. There also, if the water comes further, then you leave Bhagavad Gita and take the other 2 books. Then there also, if you find still you get more water, then you drop Bhagavatam also and carry Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. But we wrongly understand that Chaitanya Charitamrita is greater than Bhagavatam. That itself is a wrong notion.
Not about greater, Prabhuji.
No, I'm not telling you. Yes, go ahead.
Actually, to come to the level of Bhagavatam, it's not possible by our own efforts. So when we read Chaitanya Charitamrita, we get we get qualified by the mercy of Lord. Actually, we have no.
Yeah, but reading
qualification to
Chaitanya
get
Charitamrita
qualified.
also we need somebody's assistance, no? Somebody has to guide
That's
us, no?
true. Devotees, devotees
Yeah, so the
assistance.
same thing is applying here also. Please hear it out completely. What happens is, suppose you carry some important notes for your exam, right? Then what will happen? You will you'll carry a big book, and then you'll be told, don't carry so much, and you cannot carry so much. You can only carry this much. Then you will only note down in small this thing like very, very important formulas or something, right? Or remember in your notebook, you just write one small, very concise, you would have written something, right? So Bhagavatam shlokas, Bhagavad Gita shlokas, whatever is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita are the most important shlokas. So if you can't carry the entire Bhagavatam also, at least carry Chaitanya Charitamrita, because in Chaitanya Charitamrita the most important shlokas of these two scriptures are there. Along with that, we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and associates and pastimes and everything, which is explained through those shlokas. Like say, for example, Sarvodharman Parityaja shloka is there. It is quoted several times in one particular pastime. That pastime just moves around in that with that one shloka only. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So that is how you appreciate the greatness, the value of that shloka. Now, doesn't mean that other shlokas are not important, but when it comes to the point that you have to leave everything else except your life air, then at least carry the most important shlokas. That is what is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally is there. So if you understand this way, you will appreciate both Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita and Bhagavad Gita in the same level. Instead, what I will say, oh, Bhagavad Gita is not so important as Bhagavatam. There itself I will do the discrimination. You understand? And my discrimination is material. It's not because I like Bhagavatam more than Bhagavad Gita. It's because I dislike Bhagavad Gita more than Bhagavatam.
Prabhuji, my understanding is Bhagavad Gita is all are important and on same level. But you cannot implement Bhagavad Gita without understanding and taking shelter of Bhagavatam. Is it possible to follow Bhagavad Gita 100%? It's not possible.
Yeah, there are many people who even without even knowing Chaitanya Charitamrita, they follow Bhagavad Gita. You mean to say there are many in
Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, they only Bhagavad Gita. This what is that? Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam. Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva. This is our Acharyas only in Bhagavad Gita Mahatmya. It is there. Only one book is enough. That is Bhagavad Gita. Because these are Mataji, 1 minute. Because these are at the spiritual level, we cannot compare them at the material level. That's what I'm trying to say. They are equally important in their own capacity.
Very true, Prabhu.
Yes, that's the important thing.
All three complement each other.
Exactly, that's how we should understand. They each complement each other, and in this way, you will see Chaitanya Charitamrita as a manifestation of the essence of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. You get it? Then there will not be any that say, which is better, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad. That kind of thing will not come. One is superior, others because all our comparisons.
I think you misunderstood. I think you misunderstood my statement, Prabhuji. Okay, no problem.
Maybe Mataji, yes, I misunderstood. Okay, so anyway, we will stop here.
Prabhu,
any other? Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
I would like to add one point here. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a discussion with Prakashananda Saraswati about the state which we are talking about, why you have not studied Vedas, all that. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu answered, what is the understanding after you read all the Vedas? The understanding is Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Right.
That we already realized. So that's why we are doing the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So that was the another reason.
Prabhu. Yeah, in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, if you see, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discusses with Sanatana Goswami, he discusses the Atmarama verse in 64 different ways. And after that, Sanatana Goswami falls at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet and says that, you are Bhagavatam personified Bhagavatam. So so he falls at his feet and he prays. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "How are you unnecessarily glorifying me? Bhagavatam is so powerful that every word, every line in the verse is Krishna. Not only every line, every word in the verse is Krishna. Not only every word, every akshara in the verse is Krishna. Every akshara is Krishna. So there is nothing to say it's a normal scripture. It's actually Krishna, personified Krishna. That is the beauty. Thank you, Prabhu. I see 2 hands raising there. Shiva Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat
Yes.
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. So Prabhupada used to say everybody knows Krishna is supreme, but practicing his supremacy and devotional service is the test of our life.
Beautiful, Prabhu. Thank you so much for that. Test of our life, real test of our life is that. Yeah. Anu Prabhu.
Probably just one thing I need to ask. In the starting, when we started this Narada Muni pastime, you told that Narada Muni contribution was there in all the 4 sampradayas. But we refer like Madhvacharya, like they will take Mahabharata as a main, like how we take Gita and Bhagavatam. And Sri Sampradaya, they will take it Vishnu Sahasranam, so other. So the contribution in the sense like only the related to the pastime, or there is a personal contribution to this sampradayas that you are referring to?
Well, their teachings, Narada Muni's teachings are being taken seriously in all the sampradayas, no?
Okay.
They
That's
are
only the main pastimes, and they are referring, and that you are saying is a contribution.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That's all.
And as it is, he is the acharya for they all respect. There is no sampradaya where Narada Muni is outside of, is an outsider. He's part of all these sampradayas. Yeah, inclusive. Yeah. Because he is there. Prabhu, Bhagavatam is universally accepted as a common shastra for all the sampradayas. You take any of the sampradayas, none of them will say no to Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. These two are common for all Vaishnava sampradayas, right? Even Shankaracharya refers to Bhagavad Gita. Correct. So the common things that we should be very much, that is what is connecting. You see. So there in Bhagavatam always Narada Muni is there.
Yes.
If in Vishnu Purana, Prahlad Maharaj pastime is discussed, Dhruva Maharaj pastimes is discussed. How can Dhruva Maharaj pastime be discussed without Narada Muni? Right? If you take out Narada Muni from Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj, only it will be empty, big hole will be there.
Yeah.
That's why it is a very important thing to. That's why it's common across all. And not only this, Prabhu, there are many folklore stories. Like say, Krishna wanted to teach Maya to Narada Muni, or Krishna wanted to show who is a greater devotee, this cobbler and the Brahmana, or he wanted to show whether the love of gopis to Narada Muni, like that. Everywhere Narada Muni will be there.
Yeah.
He plays a very pivotal role there. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. And also the project you touched, like Behad Bhagavatam, they're very elaborately the discussion between Hanuman and Naraji and glorifying the Panch Pandavas, and it's very beautiful. And how Gopakumara can reach one side, and after that, if you want to go to Goloka, you need to chant this Harinam, not the Gopal mantra. This is a wonderful instruction, Roy. And it was very mesmerizing, and how he's teaching each and everything in the. That's a wonderful gem, project. Actually, I mean, it cannot come and in depth, and that's always taking.
Again, you will see in Brihad Bhagavatam also many of the Bhagavatam slokas will come. Bhagavad Gita slokas will come.
Yes.
It's an amazing thing. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank
Prabhu.
you.
Beautiful. Piyush Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, मैं एक चीज पूछना चाह रहा था। तो in Bhagavatam 138 there is a line slot of own brows.
I'm not able to hear you very clearly, Prabhu. 138, what does Prabhupada say?
The sweat of own brows. It is mentioned that sweat of own brows.
Ah,
So that this means it's like camel,
yes, yes,
thing that thorny
yes. There, the camel
thorns
is
eating and is
biting the thorn and yeah,
drinking
yes,
his own blood.
yeah.
Okay.
When the thorn, when it is mixed with its own blood, it gives a very unique taste to the camel,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
it eats that, and then it doesn't realize that it is its own blood.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Mhm.
Hare Krishna.
Nice, Prabhu. Thank you. So now we have discussed about these 3 shlokas. The next thing which you will read Krishna building on Wednesday. I mean, we want to do it in twice a week. Otherwise, it 1 week is too slow. It will go otherwise. So whoever is able to attend on Wednesday, please do attend. It will be really nice to discuss the important instructions and personal examples of Narada Muni. Now he is going to speak. He has come. He has just arrived. Right? Narada Muni has arrived. Prabhupada will write in one particular place that Narada Muni has kindly arrived in this chapter. Very nicely he will write, like, I mean, Prabhupada will take it so personally that, he's actually coming when he's writing, Narada Muni has kindly arrived in this chapter. So, so sweet really these verses are. So we are getting into the 5th chapter, and we will see how Vyasadeva is being addressed by Narada Muni and how the questions that Narada Muni is going to ask, and then Vyasadeva will ask question as to why he is despondent. Then Narada Muni will give the answer. That's going to be the real highlight of this chapter. And then he is also going to talk about his personal life, past life, and that will show beautiful revelations about Narada Muni also. All these things we will cover as we go along. Actually, first canto nobody took really. I just put them out there, but I want someone to take first canto as it's a what do you call? It's a real essence of the Narada Muni's thing, So anybody would like to volunteer to take up first canto who has not taken any other cantos, by the way, then we can you can take the 5th and 6th chapters to understand that. Expound further on it. Okay. Nice, really. So good. We have very good discussion today. Gaurav Prabhu, you raised your hand.
Yes, Prabhuji. I had one question, Prabhu. So very nicely you brought out this point, Prabhuji, when we realize our own defects and then we introspect over it, and then we become eligible to hear the voice of the Paramatma within us, right? So many times in our case, Prabhuji, I mean, we may not be able to find out what is the defect or how we should remediate it, or I mean, so in this case, I mean, praying sincerely will that help?
Praying sincerely for whom?
Well, I mean, whatever the defect is in us. I mean, we try to.
You pray to Krishna, please reveal
Yes.
my defect, reveal the defect in
Yes.
me. Yeah, that definitely will help. The only reason we are not able to find our own defects is because of our false ego problem. Right? That's what is not helping us. Immediately it will shoot up, and say, no, I did not commit any mistake. I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm always all right. Maybe the problem is on the other side. Right? That is what false ego does. So when we are praying to Krishna, we are essentially we are asking Krishna, please remove the false ego. That's what we are. Please reveal my. Nobody goes and tells that please reveal my own defect. Krishna, please solve the problem. We say. Krishna says, you are the problem. What can I do? You are not fixing your own problem. And then you are coming me, solve the problem, solve the problem. If you fix yourself, then you would not even come to me. You would just come here asking only one question, how can I serve you, Krishna? Nothing else you will ask me. Right? That is our only thing is false ego, Prabhu, nothing else. I know so much. I know so much. That stops us from reflecting. So, stops us from accepting that yes, I might have made a mistake. Like Indra is telling to Brihaspati, no? I mean, when Brihaspati goes away, Indra is too much in opulence. Brihaspati comes, every day he is coming. Why should I respect him? He has no job. He is coming here. Brihaspati is his guru. He's then actually the other reason for Indra's not respecting Brihaspati is, if I respect him, my respect will go down, because all these people are glorifying me. If I go and respect someone else, they will say, oh, this person is great, but this person is also glorifying families, that must be even more great. So they will all leave him and run there, right? So he feels the insecurity. How can it happen? I cannot accept it. So that is the false ego. And when Brihaspati goes away, it's very nicely said by Prabhupada, translates it very nicely. He says, my spiritual master has been dissatisfied with me. He is dissatisfied. Actually, he should have said, I have dissatisfied my devotee, spiritual master. So when he says he is dissatisfied with me, it means that I did not do any mistake. But spiritual master has this habit of taking even small things and make it into a big. So I cannot help it. You see, this is false ego. We will not able to. If you have open mind, then we will accept it. We will first say, maybe I did something to anger that person. I did something to dissatisfy that person. So that comes from self-reflection with an open mind. Very nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice. Shiva Prabhu, yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, you gave us exercise on why Krishna was in disguise.
You said, I read your answer also. I think you almost you're kind of halfway there. Shall we discuss this on Wednesday, Prabhu?
Okay, I will remind that.
That will take another 1 hour.
And
minimum 1 hours is not 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
And last month also you gave exercise, we all posted, and that question is also not discussed.
Which question, Prabhu?
I almost forgot. Somebody compiled all the answers in a page document. I think Chanchalapati Prabhu.
Prabhu is here. Chanchalapati Prabhu is here, but I don't know if he's at work. If he's not talking, then it means he's at work.
I put 2 questions in that as a reminder into the channel.
Sorry, Prabhu. What we will do, Shiva Prabhu, I will talk to you offline. And we will come up to that. We are so much absorbed in Sudarshan Chakra and Amrish Maharaj that we forgot that assignment. So not to worry, we will discuss those also. I just want you also to, be not just you, all of us, to be focused on our personal responsibilities also, because that's why I don't want to increase too much. The thing, we get some gap in between, 3 to 4 days gap in between. Otherwise, what happens is, this Bhagavatam is so addictive, intoxicant, that you will forget about everything else and you will only be sitting in these things. So,
yes, it is a good intoxication, Prabhu.
Good intoxication, but I have to ask Mataji and Arshita and Mayuka. Antaryami Prabhu. You might be not doing some errands at home, and Mataji might be thinking that this person is caught up so much in Bhagavatam that there is nobody to buy groceries or thing. I don't know. No, I have to talk to Mataji separately. Just kidding, Antaryami Prabhu. I know how responsible you are. Just kidding. So just want to make sure we are balancing both. Okay, so we'll stop here. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai, jai Srila Narada Muni Mahajan ki jai. So we will discuss on the 5th canto. Sorry. First canto, 5th chapter. Beginning onwards, there will be interesting thing that will go on. Discussion goes on between Vyasadeva and Narada Muni. You could please do your personal reading also. That way, lot more things will come out from here. Thank you, Prabhu Mataji. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate all your time. Hare Krishna, Granth Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Then with Pranam.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Nice discussions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.